Good morning, traders. Welcome to the London session. Europe is closed today. So what we're going to do is we're going to record a very short version for YouTube. To my YouTube viewers, welcome to this. Before I go on, let me just tell you that the promotion that we had last month, which is if you join the installment program that we have, you will get, for the first month payment, you'll get 2 months access. We will extend it for 1 week, because there are a few traders who were trying to pay it through different systems that didn't allow them to pay it, but they really wanted to get it. So we'll extend it for a week. What that means that if you want to join our group, you can do it 2 ways. You can either join the group with full payment. As a full member, you get access to everything we do. That is access to the group, access to all the live sessions we do. On a normal day, it's about 5 live sessions, 4 or 5 live sessions that we do actually trading in the room. If you join the installment program, that is, you're paying for the course, but in installments starting from minimum $100 a month. So when you make the first payment, what we're going to do is we're going to give you 2 months to make the decision. If you want to pay out, it's okay. You can just pay it out and, pay as much as you want, as you feel like, until you pay all, and then you get in the course. Once you get in, once you pay the sum of the fee of the course and you get into the group, you don't have to pay anything for the rest of your life. It's absolutely free. The only thing you'll be paying for is the platform we use, which is Facebook Workplace. It's cheap. It's $4 a month. You pay one fee for the year, and that's it. So that is the only thing. You don't pay for anything else that goes to me. Let's get that out of the way, because some traders were having difficulty with that. Right? So with that, I think I've made it clear. If you want more information on that, send me a Skype message. Let me type the Skype here. It will be in the description of the video, but I'll type it here for simplicity. It's MANGAL 457. That's my Skype ID. Why Skype? Because the conversation is stored there. I don't use Skype for anything else except for this. So if I get a Skype message, I know it's about trading. If I get a WhatsApp message, it could be family, friends, anything. Right? So the Skype is specifically for this purpose. You can download Skype. It will take you 2 minutes. You can send a message. Just remember your password and your thing. Write it down somewhere to use it in the future in case you lost access to the group. Right? That's it. That's all there is to know about this. So send me a Skype message. I'll give you more details. Now, why live trading? Let's start with why live trading. I was explaining this to some of my traders this morning, but I'll explain it again to you guys. Here's the deal. Let's assume you have no charts. Let's just assume for a second you have no charts. And you heard somewhere that, hey, Pong is going to go up. There's going to be a big movement in the Pong. So you decided, somebody tell you, well, Pong is going to get to about this level. That is 2720. And you're thinking, well, if it's going to get to 2720, why not buy it here? So we'll buy some Pong here. Right? That's normal. You expect it to go up, you bought some Pong. You don't have any charts, you don't have anything, you just heard that it's going to go up, you like the idea that it's going to go up, you bought some Pong. Right? If you're buying it with your own money, all you did was take whatever money you have, convert it to Pong, and that's it. You don't have to worry about it. You put it in your pocket, and whenever the time comes to convert it, you're going to convert it when it gets to that price. But if you're borrowing money from somebody, which is what you do when you trade, you take leverage, you borrow money from the bank, you would have to keep track of, okay, what if it goes down? If it goes down and you have cash in your pocket, you don't have to worry about it. Whenever it goes up, you can convert it. You can just use the money you have to buy anything. But if it starts to go down, you start to lose because you borrow a lot of money from the bank. You had $1,000 and you borrow 100,000 from the bank. So every time it drops, you're losing money. There will be a point where you will lose the $1,000. So you would have to decide, hey, at what point do I want to exit this trade? Maybe $200 loss. Let's say at this point here, that will give you $200 loss. I'm just assuming it's going to give you $200 loss. So you would say, well, if it doesn't go up and it gets to this price, I'll exit. So I will be left with $800 when I convert it. And that's okay. That's the deal. That's trading. That is what it is about trading. But you're saying, based on what am I going to decide at this point? Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? Based on what? You heard it in the news, you heard somebody said it, you read it in the internet, there's a guru somewhere there who is using some kind of a strategy or some kind of analysis that gives you, based on something, right? You just don't, maybe you dreamt it, I don't know. Maybe you spin a coin. There has to be something that will create that bias. And based on that bias, you're going to buy. Right? So that's it. That's what trading is about. But what if I tell you that, okay, based on the same thing, let's come back here now. What if I said at this price, you can actually use something to give you an edge to make that decision, right? Like now I'm looking at this and I said, well, I believe it's going to go up there, but I would like it to actually break out of this consolidation they have here. Because every time they break out of a consolidation like that, they normally go up. Every time they break out of a consolidation like this, they came down. Every time they break out of a consolidation like this, they drop. So this consolidation is an upside consolidation at the moment. So if it is going to go up, then hey, I might as well buy. So I'll create a strategy now. I'll say to myself, I'll buy it, but I can't buy it while it's going down. I'll buy it when it confirmed that it's breaking out. So I wouldn't buy here anymore. I'll buy it here for the same target. But the same thing comes. What if it comes here and it starts to go down? You still have to decide where you're going to exit that trade. And that is where your strategy will say, well, whenever I lose X amount of money, I'm going to exit. And where would that X amount of money be? It depends how much you're risking at the moment here. That X amount of money could be here, here, or here. So wherever that is going to be, that's where you put your stop. Now you just got what I call an edge in the market. You just realize that you just don't have to buy it or sell it. You have some reason to buy it and sell it, and you have an understanding of where you're going to exit. Now, the edge in the market is what you're going to get from the analysis, either fundamental or technical. What I just showed you, where you buy, where you stop, where you go to your target, is a strategy. For those of you who confuse what their strategy should be. Most technical analysis of traders out there will give you a strategy. They will say to you, I'm going to give you a set of rules to follow. When you see a pin bar, you buy this. When you see a line, a straight line that is support and resistance, you buy this. When you see this, but that's all there is to it. It's a set of rules that say buy here, stop here. So, and the only thing you would have to do is either expect it to go to your target or expect it to come to your stop, and that's it. Full stop. There's nothing else in the chart they can use except those mechanical things they're talking about, right? Like a pin bar. There's nothing else to the pin bar. The pin bar is there. You sell here, you put your stop here, you go for this target. If it doesn't go, you don't know what to do. You either get stopped out or you get to your profit. That's about it. Most of the strategies out there will be based on that. What we do is called wave analysis. And it's based on a different story. It's not just based on that. It's based on what the chart is doing at any given moment. So you look at patterns, and each pattern will tell you what direction you expect it to go, how far you expect to go, and is it going? So let's take this chart this morning, for example. We sold it. Why did we sell it? Remember, I just said this is upside. So why would you sell something that you think could go up? Well, it's very simple. We look back at the chart and we said, we had this sharp move here. We had this sharp move here. So at some point in time, we thought this was a contracting flat because that is possible. And if it's contracting flat, it should go up. And this here was a buy. And when we got this, we bought this up. And when it stopped here and it started to do this, we thought, well, maybe it's going to go down because it could be that this is the flat. But we would like it to break this top first. We would like this to go back up there, break that up, and then maybe come back here for this one. So now instead of a contracting flat, we're going to have a running flat. And that is a pattern we know as well. In that case, we will find a pattern in here, which is possible. So based on patterns, there is a very good chance this can go down. But I'm not just going to sell it because I believe it can go down. So what we did is went on the 15 minutes and said, is there any reason we could sell this thing? And we know that anytime you get a move like that and you get this consolidation, we're at least going to get one more move to break that low. So we decided to sell it here this morning. So we're in that trade, and I'm slightly positive in the trade now. Should I close the trade? What if it's going to go up? What if it's going to go down? I think you're always asking yourself that question every time around. But remember, we're rule-based now because we are using the pattern, and the pattern doesn't tell me it's going up as yet. The pattern says this could consolidate here and drop. In that case, I would stay with the trade. I would exit the trade if it breaks that, because if it breaks that, not only would I exit the sell, I would literally be buying to the upside. Remember, this is an up move. This here is an up move. Right? If it stays like that, it's an up move. If it changes structure, if this for any reason starts to drop really fast, that changes the up move, the down move, and we are assuming it's going to go down. So we're going with the sell at the moment, in which we are positive. But although we have a stop loss here, and we have a target at the bottom there. We might not get to that target today. We might close this trade before the target. We might also not get stopped out because we're going to close the trade before you hit that stop loss. So why put the stop loss here? Because the stop loss is your last defense. There is no other defense beside that. After that point, you're out of the trade. I would like to not get to the last defense. I would like to exit that way before it hits my last defense. This is where I've agreed that if this thing takes off like a rocket and I didn't manage to exit it, I would like it to close me out there. That's what a stop loss is, right? The stop loss is your it doesn't mean you don't have defenses before that. It means if I start to see this consolidating a lot here, I could also make a decision to close it and then put an entry order here. Now, what would make that decision? Again, it's how the patterns are developing that will allow you to make those decisions. So I can give you all the analysis I want right now on all the charts, and I guarantee you that will change within the end of the day or by tomorrow. I would like you to do that. You watch all the videos, everyone post out there, and you would see that what they're forecasting, a lot of it goes, but you don't get the trade. You're like, okay, I don't get that trade because what? I don't know where to enter. I don't know where to stop. I don't know what to manage the trade. I don't know how to manage it. I have no idea what's going on. And it's like saying, okay, look at these set of videos. Or you're in a football team and somebody, without any practice, the coach said, okay, this is the strategy. He's going to kick to you. He's going to kick to you. And then you will kick it into the goal. And guess what? You're never going to do it. You might not even get the ball. Until you practice to do that over and over for hundreds and thousands of times. And then eventually that ball will come to you and you'll kick it into the goal. The same thing with trading. It's practice. It's a skill. You have to practice it. We gave you the knowledge and you practice. We would like you to join us and trade live. And because we want you to see how that actually works, what we're doing is we're offering you this one time. You start paying for the installment. Tell us you're willing to join our group. We will give you, for one payment, 2-month access to make your mind up. That is, we are pretty sure you will make your mind up to stay. We're pretty sure you'll pay out before the end of the installment program. You'll pay out that entire sum and join us, because many, many traders who've started with us have done that. They never waited until it's the end of the thing. They pay out way before that time comes and get into the group. We're also going to be doing a live training course very soon, starting, this is for May, so very early in May we'll be doing that. So we give you guys 1 week to decide to join us. We'll give you 2 months to make that decision. If you want, you can join us before that. So that's what I want to give you in terms of how you can join us. Now I'm going to go through some of the trades for you. And I'm not sure they will. Like I said, we're looking for a buy. If you ask me long-term where we're looking for the pound, long-term upside. Short-term, we're already in that trade for a sell. So which analysis should I give you? The short-term or the long-term? Because the short-term, you wouldn't be able to get out of this trade. Right? That's a trade we only do in our trading room. Long-term, I would say wait for the break of this and go for that trade. And that might never happen. This thing might drop. We're selling, making money. And you're thinking, oh, that guy has no idea what he's saying. Literally, I would say that. If I look at a webinar where a guy's saying, hey, this is a correction, wait for that to go up and then you get that trade because that's a safe trade. And this thing dropped to the bottom here, I'd say, well, he has no idea what he's saying. But I would never give you this trade. It's too dangerous. And by the time I give it to you, it might be going up already. See, that's the balance of giving you analysis for a week ahead and what we do in our trading room right now. Let's go through some of them. I'll go through all the majors and I'll give you, here's another one, CAD. I have an entry order for a buy in the CAD. You can see that. By the way, guys, you can put this entry order on. I have an entry order for the buy of the CAD. Why? I'm looking for the correction of this. So I think this thing could go quite a while here before it comes back. So I'm thinking, well, I could take advantage of this. But who says it's going to go that much? What if it actually comes down here? What would I do? I would take this trade off. Because now we want it to go back there. And we're literally selling this. We're literally selling it. Now, which of those will happen by the end of today? Would it actually break through this top and go now? Or is it going to come back to the bottom? Well, if it breaks through the top and go, I get a trade, but you wouldn't get that trade because I cannot give you a trade like this. I can't say to traders, hey, we expect this to go up because this is the impulse to the downside. So whatever is going to happen here is a correction for downside. By the time you get this trade, it's gone. You don't have any advantage in using this. This is useless to you because it'll be gone. I can say to you, wait for this to correct. I can say to you, wait for this to correct to the top and then go for this sell. That would be a trade in 6 hours in a day that might happen, and you'll be able to use that. So you want analysis or you want a trade? You have to make your mind up. If you want to be a trader, you better join us in the live trading session, or join any group in a live trading session where they're actually doing it the way I'm doing it here. They're showing you the trades. They're explaining the reason for the trades. They're showing you the edge you have. They're telling you where to stop, and they're helping you manage your trades, which means helping you manage your trades. If you're in a bad trade, help you get out of it. If you're in a good trade, tell you where's the best place to get out. If you find a group like that, great. That will do it 4 or 5 times a day. Join them. If not, join our group. That's a choice. So let's go to dollar index. What I think dollar index is going to. Dollar index is in a big sideways move. I think I've explained this. The deeper they come to the bottom of this, when it was here, remember what I said? We're pretty sure this thing is going to go up. We were absolutely sure it was going to go up, and you should be at that every time. When it comes here, and it come back here. Now you're in the lower part. We know it's going to go up, but now we're not looking for upside. Now we're looking for downside. Now we're literally looking for downside. So I'm saying to myself, okay, could this be a flat? Could this be 1, 2, 3? And is this dropping? Well, if it's going to drop, we're definitely going to be selling it, but we don't have a sell setup right now. Can it go up more before it drops? Can this actually work its way up back to the top here and then drop? Absolutely. In that case, we might get a buy. If we don't get a buy, we'll get a sell. But it's going up right now. The bigger picture of things is we tag that top. So we will be looking for sell setup. If I'm looking this in the 1 hour and the 4 hour, it's a sell setup. That is a flat. Every time you get a flat, here is a flat. Let me show you this. Every time you get a flat, see this one broke the top? What it did is came down back. See this flat here? You see this one broke the low? You go up. So we have a flat. 1, 2, 3. We tagged the top. We didn't break it. We tag it. Can it go break the top and then come back? Absolutely. So where is the trade? To the downside. What is the most immediate trade now? Well, I don't know. Maybe it's going to go up a little more. There is no trade in that right now. Silver? Okay, silver is in this channel. We're looking for a sell. The trade we are looking for is this sell. We sold it twice already and made good money in that, on this one. Right, so this was the best one of the 2 sells that we had. This one actually was break even, and I think the second one some traders got. Right, or if you took this and you stay with it, you got this one. Right, so basically those are the trades we're looking for. This should come down. What if it breaks out of this? What if when I say at this moment, I think it's still downside? That breakout doesn't mean anything. But what if it actually breaks out of this and consolidate to the top here? Well, now, in 6 or 8 hours from now, we will be buying it. But in 8 hours from now, I can't go back and tell you, hey, well, now you're buying because the weekly outlook is already out. And it's a weekly outlook. It's once a week. Maybe I'll do an update during the week. So you will totally miss that trade. But if it comes down, yes, you might get the trade. You'll have to wait for a flag and then sell. Gold. And this is not only for me. This is for anybody who is giving you analysis. Any analysis you look at, whatever the analysis they're giving you now is going to change. Remember, the chart is not moving for me alone. It's moving the same way for everyone. So whatever the analysis anyone is giving you, that could change because patterns change. So what we're looking at here now, we wanted this to go and break the top here and then come down. That would have been a perfect trade. Well, it didn't break the top. Does that mean that we're still going to break the top, or does that mean we're not going to break the top? Well, at this point, we still thought we could go and break the top. But now that it's at the bottom here and you can see the flat, I just showed you a few flats. We broke the top, we come down. How far this is going to go? Well, here's the problem why we're not selling this. It could just come and break this low and still go back, break the top, and then come back. So we're going to give it time to prove that it's actually going to drop before we decide to sell it. There is no sell setup there that will give you an edge. It's going to come down, but you're not going to get an edge. You're not going to get a risk to reward trade. It's not going to go very far as this pattern is concerned. We don't know that. When we have enough reasons to believe that it's going to go far, we will sell it. Break the low, make a flag, we'll start selling. If it breaks the low and reverse, which happens most of the time, we'll wait for a flag and then we'll buy it back to the top and then we will sell. That would complete this pattern. See? Pretty simple, not complex. You just have to understand what to look for. And when you don't understand what is happening there, well, then you don't trade it. This is not the only thing you can trade, right? Euro, we're looking for a buy setup. It's coming down, but we're looking for a buy setup. As you can see, this is a sharp move. We're getting a flag here. Look at the 15, you'd see it. And we're expecting it to go up some more. Now, is it coming down deep into this? Yes. That will still give you an up move. It could come all the way here and break this low. It will still give you that up move for a flat here and then downside. We will be looking to buy this. Now, I hope they don't break the low, because then that buy is going to go much more up. And that'd be a good trade. If it breaks the low, no problem. I'm not in the euro. I'm not even selling it. It doesn't have the same structure as the pound dollar. So pound dollar, I told you already, we're in the sell. And we'll see what happens to it. Aussie, if you remember, we did a lot of this in details. And I actually should show you this video. This might help you understand what we look at. Let me see if I can bring that video up really, really quick. There's a 7-minute videos I think I put out a while ago on the 17th. It's called trades I would take this week. I think that was the one with the trades I could take this week. Let me see if I can find it very fast. No, this one is from the trading room. That's not that one. There was a video where I posted. By the way, you can go and find it on YouTube. You'll find it, right? I'll try to see if we can put the link in the description for this one, when this was coming down. And I was saying to you, okay, let me stop all these videos. I was clicking it to find it, and a lot of videos open. So let me see if I can close them all. Give me 1 second for that. Yes, let's go. So when we were here, I told you we were expecting to sell the Aussie, and we were expecting it to come here and come here. That forecast is on YouTube. You can go and check it. I think it's the video for the 17th of last month. And we told you we would need a correction. We actually sold it, but that trade became a break-even trade. It went up, it came back down. I think we sold it here again, but this time we were expecting this to go back up, break the top, and then start selling. All these were sell setups coming down. This was actually a buy setup to go back there, because we saw this one. We knew we were getting 1, 2, 3, and then we started selling this, right? We sold this one here. Literally, I was in that sell. We closed the trade when it broke this low. Now, there was a buy setup here. I don't know if some of my traders might got it. That's the Asian session trade. Now it's here. What is it going to do? Well, it's just correcting. As of now, it's correcting this move. I think we might end up with another flat like this. So my thought process is, well, this sharp move will have to come back here, probably go back there, make a flat somewhere here, and then drop. What if we're trying to go back to the top? Is there any reason we can do that? Yeah, well, yeah, you could do that. It's not expected, but that could happen. In that case, I'll need a correction here, not a flag, but a correction to buy. And if we get a correction, we'll start buying. So which analysis should I give you, the sell or the buy? Because right now, none of those is happening except for this buy, which is gone. And anything I tell you here would be wrong. So if I tell you it's going up, I would expect them to come. Look, see this move here? If we're here right now, and I have to tell you if I think it's going to go up or come down. I think it's going to come down. I think it's going to come down and then go back up and then drop. But that could be wrong, because if this starts to consolidate here, we will be buying back to the top. And that is why we update it 5 times a day, because we know that that happens when it comes to wave analysis. New Zealand, nothing is happening. See, we saw this flat. We expect it to go. But if this pulls back here, that's a trade I will take to the top here, this trade here. See that there? We want that trade. So I just want this to pull back a little here. We'll put an entry here. We'll be going for that trade. And most likely that is the only trade we're going to get today. Can it come down? Well, on the downside, we'll sell it. See these flats? I don't think it's making a flat for downside, but we'll figure that out once we get there. Yen, we bought the yen. So yen, we were looking for sell and then buy and then sell and then buy. Eventually, we got the buy to the upside, which is what that is because the pattern here keeps changing. Every time we look for a sell, it actually happened. Every time we look for a bad hack, but it never went. It just broke a little and then go back up. Or broke a little and then go back. Well, finally, it's at the top there. Let me show you the big picture in this so you can have an idea if you want to trade on your own. What you can do is this. This is the up move, this is the down move, and this is what we're doing right now. So there's a very good chance that from here, we will come back to this low and then go back up. This is the trade we're looking for this week. If we can get that trade, that would be amazing. If we don't, well, then it makes a flag here and we buy it. So I'm telling you, wait for a downside, but if today we get 6 hours of consolidation here, a couple hours of consolidation there, we're in that trade to the upside. Why? It will probably break this top, and then it's going to come here and then go. That is called a running flat. See? So not to burden you with all the names of the flat and everything. The analysis I'm giving you now would change within a couple hours. But if it gives you a sell setup, be my guest. We will be selling it. That's what we've been looking for. CAD, like I said, I'm already looking for a buy setup here, but that is correcting this impulse and then probably downside. So I'm looking for this to probably consolidate here a little and go. I hope it doesn't come to the bottom here, because if it does, I'll cancel this trade. Wait, let it go back up and then sell it. But as of now, if it starts to correct this, it could come pretty deep into this. That would be a good idea. I think CAD is more upside. So the big picture of CAD is upside. So I literally can expect this to climb back all the way to the top here, come here, and then go. That is what I'm expecting. That's why I'm interested in that buy. Let me show you the big picture. So the big picture is where? Upside. See? We're assuming that's a contracting flat. We've decided that, you know, since this move is so sharp, that would be a contracting flat. So a flat here, making a flat at this point, is pretty normal, right? If you go back and you look at the charts, they move, they make a flat. It moves, it makes a bigger flat. It moves, it makes a small flat. That is it. So this one should make a flat here now and then take off. A flat means this could come back to the top, come to the bottom, and then go. Great, we're trading it. We'll see how that goes. All right, here's the thing. If the pattern doesn't go the way we expect it to go, either we're not in the trade or we're getting out of that trade pretty early. We're not going to allow it to go to some big stop loss and take us out. Right? That's not going to happen. So once you understand all of these patterns and you know how they develop, that's the edge in the market. So what we're giving you is an edge in the market. I'll look at a few more charts for you and then we'll call it a day. So let's look at Swiss. Nothing here. Forget about it. It's almost going to come to that top, which means this might come down here, break the top, but then it's going to drop. So forget about that. Euro CAD, we have a trade, right? We wanted to pull back and then sell. You could do this two ways. Some of our traders might be in the trade already, but I wanted to pull back first. I told them this has to happen. So this is likely going to happen here. We're going to get this flat, and then we'll put an entry here for the drop. So here's the deal. What if it doesn't drop? Who cares? I wouldn't be in the trade. But I don't have a buy setup, that's for sure. When will I get a buy setup? It has to go up to the top here, break this top, make a flag or a correction, and then I'm buying. Otherwise, so that I'm not buying, because there's no reason to believe that this thing is going to go back all to the top. That's my edge in the market, looking at the pattern, and the pattern does not tell me that. The pattern tells me sell setup. We're selling it for a while now, if you notice. And you notice I have an arrow here telling you where we think it's going to go before it goes back up. So that sell is a really good sell for us. We also identify, well, these are trades we are waiting for. We also have a buy on the CAD Swiss, right? This CAD Swiss, we can move the entry order lower now, but we're expecting this to go up. So I can move my entry order from there to here now. I might even buy it from the bottom going up if we find an entry to go in. The deeper this comes, if it pulls back like this and drop and pull back like this and drop, we'll probably move it there, or we'll look for a flag here to the upside. If this comes really, really deep, well, then we change that thing. We take off the buy and we look at it, see what it's doing. But we think it's upside. And the reason we think this is upside is because of this structure. So what we're looking for is this move here. Let me give you a quick. I don't know where that arrow went. This is the move we're looking for here. Go there, come back here, and then go. These are all forecasts that are done way, and it's called forecast. It's done way ahead of time. See this one here? That move was a move we were expecting. What we do is forecasting. And if you're a trader, that is what you need to learn to do. If you're going to be a trader, you're going to be a forecaster. If the analysis you're using is not allowing you to make forecast, you think again whether you want to use it. Because if, again, let me end this session where I started. First, we would like you to join us in the live session, watch us trade with us, actually practice the trade with us, see the results and understand whether this is for you. We're giving you 2 months to do that. Make your first payment for the installment program and you'll get it. Do it by sending me a Skype message and I'll give you all the details what to do, right? So let me go back to where I started. Sorry, let me do yen for you first. Let me do Bitcoin for you. Some people will be watching for Bitcoin, so let me do the Bitcoin for you. I'll give you a quick rundown what Bitcoin is. I think it's going to do based on the analysis, the way we analyze it. You notice I have a line here in the middle of nowhere. So what we expect this to do is come here, go back there, come back here, make this, and then go. That's my forecast. Now, is it going to do that? I don't care. Here's the point. You don't have to know that it's going to do that. What you have to do is see, okay, if that's the forecast, do we have a sell setup? Absolutely, we do. You could put an entry order here and be ready for that sell to go. Right? Remember this one? I warned that when this sharp move, if you take that trade, it might not go very far. You could look at my weekly outlook, you might find that, or this was in the trading room. It might not go very far, but even if you took the trade, you can get out for positive or break even. This one happened, you went up, this one happened, you went up, and then you realize that this is a consolidation. This is not really going anywhere within this move. So you come back down here, you go back up like this, sorry, like this one, and then you come back down, and then it can take off. Because by then you'll have a 4-hour consolidation. You'll have a 4-hour consolidation here to go with. See? This would be a big consolidation, and that would be upside. I hope that helps. So go back to where we started. Here is Bitcoin. What if someone tell you Bitcoin is going to go up? You would say, well, why don't we buy some Bitcoin in 2008 and wait for it to get to 36,000? And traders do that. We're investors. But I can give you a better way of taking advantage of that. If it goes great, no problem. It's not going to go in a straight line. We all know that. But what if when you bought it here, it starts to go down? What do you do? If you're not looking at the charts, what do? You have to decide where you're going to exit. And what will give you, what will help you make that decision where you exit? You might say, okay, well, 20%, I'll take 10% loss and then I close it, 1% loss and then I close it. You can do that. But what if you can do that with an edge? What if you can do that, not just buy here because it's going to go up, but allow it to come to a certain point that we understand, come here, go back up, give you a flag, and then said, okay, this is more of an edge to get that trade to go. And then when it breaks this stop, if we told you that this might go down some more, then you might say, well, okay, let me move the stop, the buy, put an order to sell here, so that if they drop lower, I'm out of the trade, and then I can buy back from the bottom going up. Okay, that might sound too far stretched, right? Well, we actually did that. And it is proof that I did that because it's on YouTube. We did it live in a live trading room. Go back and watch those 5 videos I did live not about a week ago. Go back and watch them. You'll see there, you'll see the live sessions, 5 videos. So we did that right in here. When I gave you that forecast and I said, when it gets to the top there, it will go back down. So let's go to the 4-hour and see why we think it's going to go back down. See this? This trade is on YouTube too. You can go and check it. It's a short. It's a very short video, less than a minute. You can go and check it. It's on YouTube. We said 1, 2, 3, 1. Well, this has more than 2 because this is the correction. 1, 2, 3, come to the top, come back down to the bottom, and then go. That was the forecast. So if you took the trade, you made money. You should close the trade somewhere at the top here because it's going to come back down. So in the live session, when it was making this consolidation, I actually give the forecast and I said to people, well, there's a very 90% chance we're going to break that and come down to this level. Maybe make another one, or maybe just drop to the bottom, or make another one and drop. One guy in that said, well, if you have a 90% chance, why not go all in? I was like, well, you should never go all in anything. Even if you're 1000% sure, you should never go all in. Don't put all your eggs in the same basket. That's an old saying, and there's a reason for that. Even if you believe the basket is the best one, or if you believe all the eggs are very good, one spoil, all spoil, right? Don't put it, if I'm wrong, then you lose the trade. You lose everything. Whereas you can risk a certain percent and be sure. So he said, I'm an investor, I'll just hold it. And I said, well, why hold it? Why not close your trade here? Put an entry to buy back here. This is what you would lose. This is the difference of what you would lose if it takes off like a rocket. But if it drops from this point to here, you can literally just go and buy back there now because you've already booked this profit. And the same trade you buy back as an investor to go. Now, if you had $500,000 investment in this, since you're an investor, I would assume $500,000. So 500K investment sold here, 500K bought back here. You take a calculator and do the math. And if he does that, man, not only would he be able to buy my course, he would be able to pay for a couple of you to buy your course. See, he'll buy courses for everyone that was in that room that day. That's the difference. That's the edge. That's what we show you, why trading with a wave analysis gives you the edge. See, here's the worst thing that happened with you. If you're not really good at trading and nothing is working out, you're panicking, you can't control your emotions, you still can't implement the trades properly, you're unable to close trades, even following the rules we give you. What's the worst case scenario for you? You're not losing your account. Even traders with that kind of, slow learning or difficulty, they're not losing their account because we were able to control that. The method we're using allows you, and the money management allows you not to lose your account. You know how many traders are losing their account out there? You don't have to ask me. I think this is a stat that everybody knows, even those who are not traders. At least 90% of the traders are losing their account. Not in our group. I'm in the trading room right now with traders here. They can tell you that stat is not in our group. It's not happening. They can go and write it. Even the people who hate me can come and say, hey, I was in that group. No, he's lying. No, that's not true. They will never say that because some of them will tell you they're super traders now. They will tell you they didn't learn it from me, but they became super trader being in this group before they left, right? So that stat is not happening in this group because when they were here, they weren't losing either. They will tell you that they're very good at trading. They will not tell you they learned it from me, but they'll say, hey, well, I was there. I learned my own stuff while I was there, which is good. If you can't do it on your own, but you can come in my group and do your own stuff and be successful, then you might as well join the group for that purpose, right? Let's assume he's right. He was an unsuccessful trader. He joined the group. He stayed there 3 years. He became a successful trader doing his own thing. He learned nothing from me. And then he went out and he's telling me, hey, look, don't worry, that guy learned nothing from me. I'm successful now. I'm like, yeah, but you were in 3 years and before that in my group, and that's where you became successful. Yeah, but I didn't learn it from you. Well, great. I create a space where you can learn for yourself to be successful. Isn't that amazing? How many of you are not successful at the moment but would like to become successful? Well, ask that guy where he was when he became successful, and he would tell you he was in my group because he was in other group before that didn't happen to him. You see? You just have to question these people when they tell you crazy stuff. Said, well, okay, where did you become successful? Oh, you were in Anil's group. And were you in a group before that? Yeah. Did you become successful? No. But he didn't teach you anything, right? You didn't learn anything from him. You become successful on your own. Yes. Well, I'll get in his group because I want to become successful, not learning from him. That's the amazing thing you will know from these guys. When they tell you crazy stuff, question them. I'll leave you with that thought. When anybody tell you crazy stuff, question them. Question me if you don't like what I'm saying. When I'm telling you that crazy stuff about wave analysis, about it's going to go up and then it's going to come down and then it's going to make a consolidation and then it's going to drop, question me. Come into the trading room for 2 months and question me. I start all my session with, hey guys, good morning. Do you have questions? What trades you're in? I close all my sessions with anybody has any questions. Any questions, anyone, and sometimes I'll repeat it for 4 times. Anybody before I leave, any questions? That's what we do. We take your questions and we deal with them. We try to find answers. I don't have all the answers in trading, but we will try to find all the answers. With that, I'm going to leave you guys. Trade with care. Have a great week ahead of you. And if you're going to join us, send a Skype message. Thank you very much. Bye.